All right. I know there's going to be some more people hopping on here, and I know they do not want to miss out on this. I am so excited to do some training on Instagram stories. It's where I think that I have probably the most fun with my business, and that's exactly what it should be for you guys, is fun. So I am going to get right to it. For those of you who don't know me, hello, my name is Jamie Hill. I live out here in Salem County, New Jersey on the East Coast. It is noon here, so good morning to all of you West Coast people and in between. So happy that you could join us on this Friday, Freebie Friday and Payday Friday. Woo-hoo. Okay, so really quickly in the chat, just because I always feed off of everybody's energy, tell me what flavor you wish you had this morning. So every Zoom call, we always go into the flavor that we've had, but I want to hear what you wish you had this morning, okay? The reason being is because I found a packet of Mango Tango in my closet today, and I am like living my best life over here. Very excited for that. So, ooh, the new ketone melon, blackberry pineapple. Amanda, I had that yesterday. Oh, yes, girls. I don't even want to share with you. My secret stash is in there if you're ever here. Okay, so I am so excited to get down to this. What you guys will need for this training, if you are not on your cell phone, you will need your cell phone. We are going to be doing a training, and then I'm going to give you guys some high directive to go into Instagram stories. So if you guys have any questions about Instagram stories, go ahead and throw them in the chat. And then as we go through any certain actions or steps, I will answer those questions in between our next section. So any questions that you have about Instagram story, guys, go ahead and throw them in the chat as we go. So first things first, if you don't have Instagram downloaded, go ahead and do that now and make sure that you have the most up-to-date version ready to go for today. So we are going to be talking about a couple of things, and this is really going to be a beginner Instagram training, and sorry, dogs. And then we're going to go into 2.0 hopefully later at some time. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to talk about what the slow track is versus the fast track. And this is something that Amber Horn is absolutely amazing at, and she wasn't able to join us today, but basically talking about how much are you currently posting on Instagram as far as your stories go. If you're somebody who posts every day without fail, drop a 1 in the chat. And if you're somebody who does not post every single day, go ahead and drop a 2 in the chat. Just want to see where everybody is as of right now. Awesome. So we have a nice mix here. Awesome. So the first thing that I would say for any 2s that are out there is this is supposed to be fun. Instagram can be used to grow your business, but the whole point of stories are so that people understand who you are. People want to be able to go through your stories and see who you are as a person. They want to see your face. They want to hear your voice. They want to see your family members. They want to get to like, know, and trust you so that they can do business with you, right? So the only way that you can do that is by sharing your face, sharing your voice, sharing anything funny that goes on. And we're going to go through each of those sections. So I love that we have people who are both 1s and 2s, because that's the beauty of this business, is that we're all in different places, but implementing a few of these things in your stories can absolutely turn this into some income producing fun times for you guys. So the first thing I want to talk about is I want everybody to grab their phones, and we're going to go over the basics of the stickers in Instagram, because that's where the beauty is for that. So if you click on your plus sign in Instagram, if you have your phones with you and you don't have to go off screen, show me that you are ready to rock and roll, have your phones ready to go. Okay, you're going to click on the plus sign, and then you're going to click on story. Okay, so if you have your ketones with you right now, we're going to jump right in and we're going to start posting about what we're doing. So I see Sherry's, I see both Sherry's times 2. You ladies are on it this morning with your shakers. I love it. Or this afternoon. So go ahead and get a selfie. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're just going to play with some stickers here so that you guys are familiar with what they are. But basically, you're going to take a selfie with your shaker. Okay. I just did this right now in real time. And then up the middle button, it looks like a smiley face Post-it note. Okay. You're going to click on that guy. And there are going to be a ton of things that come up. And the first thing that comes up is a search bar, which is really fun because that gives you the freedom to just go in and search for whatever you want to put on your story. The whole point of this is you want to make this interactive. So if you just posted your selfie, guess what's going to happen? People are going to see it and that's it. You want people to interact with you. You want them to click on something, vote on something, ask a question, give feedback, etc. Right? So today is Freebie Friday, which is really exciting. If you don't have your Freebie Friday post up already, we're going to do this right now. So essentially what you're going to do is you can click on the poll option. And what you want to do is say, I already have mine up today, but let's say we wanted to say, did you know you can earn these for free? And then it says yes. And it says no. Okay. So I always have a rule of thumb. I always erase no. I don't want people clicking on no. I don't want no to ever be an option. I want positive and positive. So I always make them funny. I'll say, give me the deets, or free is for me. Free is for me. So if you didn't know that, you guys can actually go in and click on the yes or no, get rid of them, and then type in what you want. So I'm going to move that out of my face and show you guys right here. Sherry, you don't have no selfie sticker. That's okay. You're just going to click right on this middle button right here. And that's where your poll option is going to be. So you're going to see poll, P-O-L-L. Oh no, try to download the most recent version. Go into your app store, type in Instagram and click update. Okay. So once you guys have that, if you did that, drop a, I did it in the chat, or if you already have your Freebie Friday post up or a ketone post up, go ahead and drop, I did it in the chat just so I can get some feedback here. I see a lot of faces that are not on right now because I know y'all are working and I'm here for that. Love it. Okay, so like I said before, people want to get to like, know, and trust you. And our lives, as much as we don't like to admit it, they don't revolve around ketones 24/7, right? We are moms, we are dads, we are spouses, we have hobbies, we love to do things, we like to do whatever. List what you like to do. Do you like to hike? Do you like to read? Do you go to church? Do you have kids in daycare? Do you have kids in summer camp? What do you like to do? People, you would be so surprised. People want to know what you do. They want to know what you do in your spare time. They want to know what you do in your free time. They want to know what your life is like. So if you're sitting there thinking, oh, my life is really not that interesting, I can assure you other people think that it is, and they want to know what you're doing so that they can do it right. Everybody loves to give people opinions, and this is a great way to get feedback from people. So we just did the poll option, but what I want you guys to do is going back in your stories and clicking on that button. I want to go through a couple of these buttons with you guys and just explain what they do and how you can utilize them for your business. So questions. The first one we're going to go over is questions. That bar looks just like this. It says, ask me a question. You guys are going to delete that. You can leave it open-ended. So if you want a lot of engagement on your page, right, you're going to have to treat it like Facebook as far as an algorithm. You're going to have to add people to Instagram a lot. You're going to have to interact with their platforms and things like that, right? But when you get to a point where you want to ask a question, this is a great place for people to leave your feedback, okay? You want to ask something unrelated to ketones, right? So what is the best sunscreen? What's the best bug repellent? Give me your favorite barbecue recipe. How do you like your steak grilled? You want to ask something, and here's even like a hint or a tip. You can ask something that you already know the answer to. You just want people's opinions. This is a great way to just get people excited and talking to you. So I always use this as an example, being in Prove It. And I share this with my team a lot. If I ask questions, I encourage my Prove It team necessarily not to answer those questions. I want non-Prove It people to post questions, ask me questions, answer my questions, and give me their feedback, because you know what that's going to do, you guys? It is going to spark conversations. It's going to give you a reason to chat with people. So if you're someone who's like, oh, I'm not really good at just messaging my followers who I don't know on Instagram, it's a great way to have a conversation. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for asking me that or answering the question about sunscreen. I've never heard of that brand. Where do you get it? Right? People absolutely love those types of questions and to be able to answer them for you. So Terry in the chat said, how did you get to these buttons? If the buttons are not showing up for you on Instagram, if the stickers are not working, you need to go to your app store, type in Instagram and make sure that you have the most up-to-date version of the app. So Terry, hopefully that works for you. So we've done a poll. We've done questions really quickly. We're going to go back and look at a couple other ones. Oh, the slidey bar. If you guys see it with the heart emoji, again, there it says, ask me a question. This is my favorite one to use for trials. Okay. So you can take a picture of yourself with some ketones like this, or you can take a picture of you with a box of ketones like this and say, I've got trials flying out the door. Slide the choo-choo train for your trial, right? And then you can make this emoji, the train, by swiping over, clicking on the plus sign, and then you can type in train. You can do whatever you want, use whatever emojis that you want. I like to slide the train or the car or anything like that, but it's a great way. People have fun with it. Instead of click on this poll, it's like, oh, let me slide this for a trial. So that's a great way to get people excited about trials. Let's go over the next one. Oh, the link. Guys, the link is like the newest one. If you guys have never utilized the link button, drop a 1 below. I just want to see if anyone has not utilized the link button. If you have utilized the link button, drop a 2. Awesome. Sherry's used the link button. I have, but not consistently. Hey, that's okay, sister. We're going to celebrate that you've done it. Awesome. You guys are using the link buttons. We're going to go over this very quickly then in that case. So the link button, which is right here, it says link. The coolest thing about this is you guys can copy and paste your Shop Keto link right here, and then you can add custom text. So anytime there's a sale for ketones, I will post whatever it is, right? What was it last time? Like Mojito Nights. I would post that. And then I made the sticker say, get your discounted mojito here or mojitos at a discount here. So that's what I would use the link for. And it's really helpful because you never know. There are certain kinds of people in our business, right? There are people who want to talk to you forever before they're buy. And then there's people who just want to click on a link and go to your site. I'm going to have to let my dog out, guys. So hang tight with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you guys utilize one of those now. Either do your Freebie Friday post, a trial post, or your sale post for your link. Get your link in there, take a selfie, use one of the graphics you already have. I'll be back in 90 seconds once I let this dog out. He's going to bark the whole time. And then I want to know which one that you chose to do. All right, I let him out. He's going to bark me to come in. But anyway, if you got a chance to do one, let me know if you did the link, the slide button, or the poll in the chat. And then I'm going to talk about other things that we need to post besides our business, right? So I always tell people there are a couple of things that you want to do as far as the placement of items on your story. So think of it as you're utilizing your phone with your thumb, right? So if you're posting a sticker, let's say you do the slide, you want to make sure that somebody can reach that slide with their one thumb. If you put it up here, don't mind my face. If you put it up here, people have to use both hands. And as we know, most people are sitting either at work, in their car, places they probably don't have both hands or should not necessarily be on their phone, but you want people to go ahead and utilize the things that you're doing. So you want to make sure they're in thumb range. I'm sure those of you who have utilized Instagram stories and used your polls, how many times have you had ghost clicks? People click your buttons, they message you, oh my gosh, I didn't mean to do that. Guys, that's a great opportunity to have a conversation with somebody. Even if they did it accidentally, it's always a great time to be a human. Ask them how they are. Say, hey, I know you clicked by accident, but have you ever been curious about ketones before? It's just a great opportunity to have a conversation. So every fourth slide should be an interaction slide. So every fourth slide should be something that they can interact on, that they can click on, that they can give feedback for, they can be heard. They are consuming your content because they like, know, and trust you and want to do business with you. So keep that in mind when you're scrolling and consuming content in the morning or at night. If you're seeing other provers posts, you can look at it for inspiration, but not necessarily click and vote and give them your feedback, because it's really for people. They're treating it as a business. And, you know, we want to hear from non-Prove It people, if that makes sense for you. Hey, Erica. Okay, so you want it to be in thumb range, right? We went over the stickers, we went over the poll options, the question options, the little slidey, and the link so far. And the next thing we want to talk about is what types of content that you should be sharing or talking about. Just know every time that you share a post from somebody else, that's probably going to drive people to that person's page. So if you like an inspirational quote, that is totally okay. There are 4 letters I like to go by when I do my stories, and it's EIFF. E is for educational. I like to teach somebody something about anything. It can be, so I'm a homeschool mom. My kids are in a program called 1,000 Hours Outside. My kids are outside all the time. I like to post things regarding like kids in nature and kids being outside and just science-based facts. And I will share from other homeschool moms what that looks like. And that's kind of the educational piece. Or if there's something from Dr. Ryan or any of our doctors regarding ketones and XYZ, I'll use that as my education piece as well. Now, as far as sharing from other provers, I just wanted to say, like, if you're sharing other content from other provers that are or are not, you know, in your community, just know that your people who are watching you will probably click on that and then go to that person's page. So that's just something to be mindful of. Terry, yes, this will be recorded and you can watch this at your own pace. Absolutely. Okay, so that's the E. E is for educational. You want to post something that's educational. You want to teach something to your crowd, and they want to be able to take something from your educational piece. The next one is the I, which is inspirational. So if there's something that you find inspirational, business related, as far as like if you have somebody on your team who's crushing it with their transformation, that is super inspirational. You can post their before and better, write a little excerpt about it, and then have people interact with that as well. Even with the little slidey bar, like how amazing is this? Make it the number 100. They can slide the 100. They're interacting with you. Okay. So E, educational, I, inspirational. F is for funny. People go to social media to consume content to like get out of the real world, right? Like they want to see something funny. So if something funny happens to you throughout the day, if you see something funny, if you hear something funny, your following wants to laugh. And this was probably one of the hardest things that like I struggled with sharing, because like some funny things, you know, they might like get your ego a little bit, or they might put you in a certain spot where you're like, well, I don't really know if a lot of people would think that's funny. People want to laugh. So if you think something is funny and you think it's respectful and you think it's going to get the right crowd, go ahead and post it. Or ask somebody like, what's the funniest thing that you've seen today? We all need a laugh. So that's the first F. And again, the second F is factual. So this is something that you can tie into your educational piece. People want to laugh. They want to see something funny. They want to see something factual. They want something inspirational, and you want to drip in your product, right? So if you post 4 things a day, and it's all 4 ketone related things, guess what's going to happen to your views? Your views are going to go down. I know Nick's done a great training about the quarters in your piggy bank. If you guys haven't seen that, I believe it's probably in Better Starts Here. But essentially what you want to do is you want to make a nice little sandwich of your day. This is the easiest way to get your product in there. Everybody's drinking ketones in here every single day, right? Show of hands, if you're drinking your ketones every single day, which we all should be, this is the easiest way to do it. When you shake your ketones up, take a boomerang, take a selfie, take a video and speed it up and put it on your story. Okay. You can list the benefits. You can put your link. You can do something, make it interactive. So first thing of the day, product and interaction. You want to make sure that you get both. Okay. So then you want to make like a nice little sandwich of your day. You want to post those other things, education, inspiration, something funny. People want to see what people do throughout the day. So go ahead and share about 4 tiles per day if you're not currently on your Instagram stories a lot. And I want you to test this out. If you're brand new, I want you to commit to 4 tiles a day for a week. You can also check to see your engagement. You can see how many people are viewing your stories. And I'm going to share that with you guys too. So this is what I did yesterday, guys. I had blackberry pineapple. I made the little swipey thing here, a pineapple. And then you can actually click on the activity button and it's going to show you who interacted with that, right? So again, as a really good key here, if you see other provers doing this, you don't necessarily have to engage with this. We really want people who are not drinking ketones to kind of engage with it. But you can see all of your viewers, every single person who viewed that story as well. These are all opportunities for conversations, right? Hey, I saw that you swiped the pineapple over. Unfortunately, that flavor is no longer available, but are you curious about ketones? Great way to do that. So if they don't swipe, hey, I saw that you viewed my story. And this little envelope here is your shortcut. This is going to message them directly. It's going to attach the story to it. So you're not like willy-nilly messaging them. It's going to attach the story with the activity. And you're going to be able to say, hey, I saw you looked at this story. Were you curious about ketones? So for those of you who are like, oh, I don't like cold messaging people, these are people who are openly watching your stories. If you hear my dog, I'm sorry. He can't make his mind up what he wants today. Okay. The other good thing about your stories, guys, is underneath, it's going to have a number. That is how many people are viewing your stories. The best way you can tell if your stories are grabbing your audience at the end of the day is if your first tile and your last tile are not significantly different in number. So obviously, if you post something now, in an hour, you might get 4 views, you might get 40 views, you might get 100 views. But at the end of the day, at the end of the 24 hours, which is when your stories disappear, huge thing for beginners. A lot of people are like, where did my story go? It stays for 24 hours and then it's gone, but it's not gone. I learned where it went. Okay. So what you can do is if you start out the day with 500 views on your first story, and then you check tomorrow and you've got five views, you're losing people throughout the engagement. They are not looking at all of your story tiles. And that's just a good awareness to have. So if you're sitting there and you're like, okay, like, what am I doing that's not working? It's just a great awareness. Reach out to your sponsor, let them know, hey, my views have really gone down on Instagram with my stories. Can you go audit my stories for me and let you know what I think? It's a great thing to do. You can do it in any of your team chats, have your teammates do it, and then just be open and coachable for the feedback. Always a great tip for that. Okay. Did you guys know that Instagram archives all of your stories? Yes or no? Man, Sherry's new. I just found this out yesterday. Amber Horn taught me this. Okay. So if you are on the run, if you are busy, if you're somebody who says like, I don't have enough time to create content, I just wanted to share this little ounce of gold with you that Instagram has. Oh, you learned it from Amber. That's amazing. Okay. So in the top upper right-hand corner is going to be those 3 lines. You're going to click on them. If you guys have never looked in any of your settings, this is a great place to go ahead and just mess around with Instagram in general. But you're going to go to archive. I can't believe this. If your toggle up here does not say stories archive, you can go ahead, click on it. Guys, it has saved not only every single story you've ever posted, but it's saved all of your polls, all of the people who have ever responded on your polls, everything. So if you're in a rush one morning and you're like, oh my gosh, like I drank my ketones, I did not post them today. Never fear. You can go into your archives and scroll up and be like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and post. I'm going to post my keto ups and my link's already on it. And I'm just going to repost it and it's going to be fine. Like you can absolutely do that. And then your link saves and they're able to go in and now you have your product post for the day. Yes, life-changing for sure. When she taught me this for 5 minutes, she thought that I was joking with her, that I didn't know that. And I was like, no, I truly did not know that. So that's a great archive to go into. You can look back at any of your old posts. You can do a remember when and have people, interact with that too. So if you missed that before, guys, every fourth slide, you want it to be something that people can interact with. If you're just posting random selfies, random pictures of nature, you want people to engage. You don't want it to be like an art gallery. You want it to be like the Please Touch Museum. Those of you who have kids, there's a Please Touch Museum. It's amazing. They can get all interactive with it. That's exactly what you want your Instagram to be. You want people to talk. You want people to give you feedback. You want people to see you. Okay. So for those of you who don't have any story tiles up currently, drop a 1 in the chat. I want to be able to help you guys very quickly. And I do want to go into activity mode here. So drop a 1. I am straight up with people. Hey, totally missed you the other day. Life is crazy. Blank by ketones. I love that. So yeah, any opportunity that you can get for people to talk to you, you are more than welcome to have a conversation with them. I always tell people, like, have fun with your stories. Don't think about them too much. Like, you want to do it messy. So if the reason that you are not doing story tiles is because you want them to look perfect, I want to tell you now, let the perfectionism go and go have fun with it. Like, people want to see real life. If you are just showing a highlight reel, people are not going to find you relatable, which is not going to help with them like, knowing, and trusting you. The other thing I want to talk about is every time we have a sale, if you are posting flyers for our sales, social media algorithms do not like our flyers, right? They look salesy. They've got fine print at the bottom. It tells you the times and the dates that they're going to fall off the sale. You want to create your own story tile regarding that. And it could be something as easy as a picture of a shaker cup and say, I don't have this flavor yet, but it just launched. This is what I heard it tastes like. Are you interested in 5 or 10? So try to stay away from posting any type of like corporate flyer. Reach out to your sponsor and see if they have pictures of the packets ahead of time. Reach out to your team to see what they would consider what the flavor profile is. You really just, I told you, I really just encourage a lot of fun. So I want to do a training eventually on Reels, guys. Reels are it right now on Facebook. So if you make Reels, just a side note, you want to share them to your story. This is what I do with every Reel that I make. I share it to my story and then I cover up the entire Reel with a sticker. What I mean, for instance, so let's see, I just did a Reel of my kids outside in nature and I'm going to share it to my story. Boop, add Reel to story. It does it like that. But I don't want people to be able to view the entire Reel in my story. I want them to go to my page. So I'll do did you see that? I shrunk it down. I move it off to the side. Then I'll go in my stickers and I'll type in, because it's like a nature one, I'll type in tree. Then I got these cool little trees that just popped up. I'm going to cover it, but the audio will still play. So I'm going to hit share to my story and it's just going to share the audio. So people who are viewing my story are going to go, well, what is this Reel she posted? I can't see it because it's off and over to the side and it's covered with trees. So I want to go do it. That's going to boost your views. So anything that you do Instagram wise, as far as any posts, any Reels, share them to your story, cover them up and make them intriguing for people to click on for you. Okay. The last tip that I want to give you guys, and this is probably one of the first ones I should have given you, honestly, is make sure your Instagram is linked to your Facebook. So as long as you don't have a professional account on Instagram, you are able to link that right to your profile on Facebook. If you do have a professional or business account on Instagram, you can link that to a business page on Facebook. You want to make sure people are seeing your stories on both places, both platforms. Okay. If you need help doing that, what you guys are going to do is you're going to go to your settings again. And I believe you can go ahead and I'll have to figure out how to do that because mine's already automatic. Is it under account? Not sure. But if you need help one-on-one, guys, reach out to your sponsor and say, hey, I'm really struggling with this. But what I want you to do, because a confused mind does nothing, is just pick one thing from this training to start implementing. Whether that's you're somebody who doesn't post stories, go ahead and commit to 4 a day for a week and make sure at least 1 or 2 of those 4 are interactive. I want you guys, when you're consuming content, 1, to be aware how long you're consuming, and 2, stop sharing things that aren't bringing value to who you are as a person or your business. 3, I want to make sure that you're doing something engaging. You want to make sure that you are doing something that people can click on, they can give their opinion on, they can give you their feedback, even if you know the answer, and especially if you know the answer. And then 4, of course, is have fun with it. Get rid of perfectionism. Nobody wants to see those beautiful picture perfect filtered preset pictures, which I do all the time, but like, you don't have to do that. My reels are sloppy and people love the sloppy reels. Do it messy, have fun with it, reach out to your sponsor for help. If you really want to take Instagram to the next level, I fully believe that you can do that with the same tools you've used to grow your Facebook. Find people with hashtags, follow hashtags, comment on people's profiles, answer their questions, send them messages. And just remember, we are all human at the end of the day, and Instagram is a lot of fun to mess around with. So I hope you guys have a great Friday. Again, happy payday, happy freebie Friday. Get those posts out there, have fun with them. And I am sure someone will post out the replay of this since noon on Friday. People are working hard. So have a great weekend, guys. Hope you have an amazing day. Bye.